will only make something when we need it. I mean, that's basic free market economics too, but
We
on
don't
a
need to go to
primal
space, but they're doing it
no, yeah,
anyway.
we do.
Why?
We totally do.
Why?
Well, because we're literally a virus to our planet, man. The only way we're going to be able to survive as a species is if we venture outwards.
So we're now becoming the virus of the galaxy. We're
Yeah,
spreading.
I honestly feel as though human beings are a virus to planet Earth.
I don't
And
think
it's
so.
so, well, can you tell me why not?
Um,
Give me a very compelling reason to, because I can tell you why I think we are. Silence.
uh,
What a virus does, Alex,
I
is
know what a
it
virus does,
inhabits its
Pete.
host and milks it for
Doesn't
all of its
it
resources, and
doesn't
when that host
milk
is done,
it,
it moves
Pete?
on to the next.
It doesn't milk it. It just
Okay, it
spreads
doesn't milk it.
itself.
Yes, it spreads out, it increases in numbers, and eventually, when that host is no longer habitable or no longer useful, the resources are gone, and everything that allowed that virus to exist um, kind of just disappears. It will move on to another host.
I
Tell me right now, humanity is not a virus.
Humanity has the ability to stop being a virus.
I don't think we do. I think it's in our nature.
We can go against nature.
No. When that happens, then we kill ourselves.
No, because the thing is, if we take care of the planet, like we plant trees, we don't pollute, we don't litter. If we do that, then that makes us not a virus anymore because we're stopping our that would be like a virus spreading and then killing itself, which is not what we're gonna do.
Would you like me to jade your opinion on that completely?
I mean, I know that's not a pop. It's not like everyone's gonna do that, but we could.
No, I agree. And I think that we should. But here's the reality. The fact of the matter is, no matter how much people try to do that, we are unable to sustain it, first off. As in, we can't keep it going for a long time. And two, not enough people are doing it to where it'll make such a profound difference to actually preserve the quote unquote host we inhabit. So it doesn't matter. And essentially, it is actually counter towards what is in our nature to do that thing anyway. It's kind of messed up, like our nature is to literally just use Earth for everything it has. And I mean, it's kind of it's a
We
terrible thought
don't
to have, but like
use Earth. We use
yeah,
what
we
we
do.
need.
Well, yeah, what we need is on Earth.
Yeah, but like
By transitive, you remember geometry, man, in high school? That's basically what it is.
geometry.
You know that transitive property?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need A, and B has A, so therefore I will use. All right, well, okay, A equals B, B equals C, so therefore A equals C. That thing. You remember that?
Okay.
So it's the same. It's the same logic. Like we need the stuff that is on Earth, and
But
Earth.
so does everything else.
Yeah, but I don't know if necessarily everything else
In
is
that
so
in that
developed as
case, in
us
that case,
to
everything is a
actually willingly
virus.
do it like that.
Well,
Well, life in general, yeah,
life is a
probably is.
virus.
But at the same token, I don't know if necessarily all life is, because there are some ecosystems that remain beautiful without our
Well,
intervention.
beautiful is subjective. They're just doing what they're doing.
Yes, but okay, no, you have a point there. But I think that there's
Like animals get extinct even without our have like yes, we definitely cause some extinctions, but throughout all of life on Earth, like there used to be something called a megalodon, which is a giant shark,
yeah, I remember.
and it went extinct, but it didn't go extinct because of us. It went extinct because of the environment changing and it failing to adapt. And sharks existed and they adapted. The same
Yeah.
thing probably will happen to every other species is that the life, assuming humanity never existed, all life would have to deal with a new circumstance, and they'd either have to get good or die. We're just exacerbating that. We're rushing them, but you know that doesn't necessarily, like, it's not good, but it's also not like unnatural, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
I get it, but your point is that everything else doesn't necessarily, or your point is that everything else is just as much harmful to
Not just
its
as much,
host,
it's just that
host
they
being the
are
planet.
not just as much. I would agree that we are the most productive, to put it nicely, but all animals to some degree kind of take and destroy, but also give back.
Right, but so we don't necessarily give back. All we do is just take. It's in our nature,
It's in everything's
right?
nature.
No, because you see other animals, they are um um, 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 they're not necessarily like, okay, for instance, one big thing is that when human beings pass, like they die, um a lot of people, one thing Neil deGrasse Tyson, he told, like, when he passes along, he wants to be buried in the earth so that when all the flora and fauna, quote unquote, that he fed on would kind of circle around and feed on him so that he can just kind of give back, right? But all the stuff that he did in his life to take from the planet does not amount in magnitude to what he's giving back. So yes, it's a very noble thing to do, and I agree with it, and I would actually do the same thing. But it doesn't. It's like taking 10x something and only giving 1x back. In the end, there's still that 9x differential that we have to account for. And I think that other species don't have such a big magnitude in difference, you know?
I mean, I hope maybe in the future technology will advance so we can slow down the harm.
Or we're just going to have to move on to another place in the solar system, like I said.
Hmm.
Well, it's a sad truth, but I mean, when you think about it, it is the only way that we'll survive.
We'll see. Everyone will be partying on Mars, but I'll stay here on Earth. I'll keep the torch alive.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know if you'll still be alive by the time there are parties on Mars.
Shut up, Pete.